be trapped on this thing for 10 days. I'm so sorry I dragged you into this.
Pay attention. If you want to solve a crime, you must first learn to see through the illusion. Details matter.
Yesterday, one of our guests was murdered.
You gotta be kidding me! This watch is worth more than you make in a year.
Somebody has to do something. Doesn't always have to be you, though. But I'm so good at it.
We've increased security throughout the ship to keep everyone safe. And we're fortunate to have a world-renowned detective on board, Mr. Rufus Coatsworth.
Oh my God.
Should I introduce myself? In 24 hours, Interpol lands on this ship, and you will be their only suspect.
I didn't kill him.
I want to help you, Miss Scott. Anyone on the ship could have killed the victim. But why? I will be questioning you individually. Tell me about your interactions with the victim.
I never met him.
The man was a buffoon.
Hey!
Where were you between midnight and 8 a.m.?
My grandmother won't be happy.
I did not say that.
Who told you that?
Preposterous. Do not make an enemy of us.
No alibi then.
Excuse me.
You're good at this.
You already knew everything that I have just figured out.
It's more fun when you unravel it yourself.
What do you need me to do? Do you need me to spy?
I need you to trust me.
There are forces at play that you cannot comprehend.
There are billions on the line. It's a puzzle. We have what we need to solve it. Now we make the pieces fit.
The joke's on you.
Pay attention. Details matter.
What have we learned?
A lot. Just not, who done it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast episode of the Part of Your Broadway World Podcast. Today, we are talking with Sincere Wilbert, who played that Derek on Death to the Other Details. So let's welcome him. Hi.
Hi, hello.
Okay, you can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. Well, I gotta say.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And I'm obsessed with Death and Our Details. I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed. I will admit I was screaming at the TV every single episode. Screaming at the TV.
Oh my gosh.
So tell us a little bit about your character.
My character. So that Derek is an influencer, and he's all about his phone, connecting with his fans, broadcasting. And his father doesn't want him to be all on his phone, but he lets him do his own thing. So Derek, he's just all about his fans and about the internet and social media. That's him. So yeah.
And I don't know how I didn't click this. I didn't know how I didn't click until the very end, but your character is the preacher's son, correct?
Mhm. Yes.
And the mayor's son.
I don't think it's the
Not
mayor.
not her,
Mm-mm.
not her, but you're the preacher's son.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't know how I didn't click to connect that. I'm like, wow.
No, yeah, they had told me that from the jump, because I throughout the audition, it was just the scene was just me talking to Imogen. And then right when we did the pilot, they was like, this is, your father. It's, a preacher or a priest. So yeah, it was insane when they told me, because I didn't know. I was just like, I don't know why a kid would be on a cruise ship by himself, but they, told me no, you have, a parent on
Yeah.
there.
Yep. And you guys you filmed a bunch of places. You filmed in Malta. Was it? Is it Malta?
Yeah, we filmed in Vancouver, yeah, in Canada.
Vancouver and then Malta, because I know that Lauren, when I watched Lauren's interviews, she's like, we filmed like pretty much everywhere.
Oh yeah, they got to do that. Unfortunately, I couldn't. I just got to
Oh.
film in Vancouver, but that was big. Filming in Vancouver was amazing. That was the first time I got out of the country, so I was really excited, and it felt, I don't know, the atmosphere was just great. I love Vancouver. I wish I could go back.
Oh. Well, hopefully season two. Season two.
Hopefully, yes, hopefully. I really hope so.
I have very good hopes for that because I think there will be a season two. The way that they left
I
it
think
off.
so too. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so too. I hope so. I
I
really do.
hope. Um, I also wanted to because I don't know if this was like on purpose or anything, but your character is hilarious during the whole time. Your character's hilarious. Okay,
Thank you.
my favorite line of yours is like, "That's a big ass shrimp."
Yeah, that scene, um, it was crazy because the scene was great. I love that whole day of filming that, but I hated that scene
Yeah,
only because of the shrimp, because it had a smell and it was cold and it was dripping with water. So I was holding it
you're like,
and it was going all over my arm.
ooh.
My entire hand smelled like shrimp. But yeah, it was hilarious. I remember filming that. A lot of people like behind the cameras were just laughing at
Mm,
the delivery of that line. So yeah, it was crazy. It was a
mm.
crazy day.
And it, I'm trying to remember, but did you have any? You had scenes with Mandy Patinkin, right? You had a couple.
Yeah, I was in two. The one where it was in the first episode, I guess. I don't know if it was. I think that was where Keith Chabinsky, the whole thing where he.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think that, yeah, when he or when he had like spilled a drink on him or something, and then there was
Yeah.
the other scene where the governor died. That was. I think those were the two scenes that
Mm.
I had with
So
him. Yeah.
yeah. So what was that like to be with him and like everyone, like Lauren Patton, Mandy Patinkin?
Um, it was mainly with Tinkin. We had a small interaction, and that was during the scene when the governor died. And he would just ask me about like, if I had any siblings or anything. I didn't really get to speak to him the first scene that we did together
Mm,
because we were all we were all distant. Like I was here, he was there, we were everywhere. But I loved all the scenes where I got to be with majority of the cast, like with
mm,
Violet, with Lauren, with Danny. Those was like my favorite, and it was just funny being around them. It was
mm,
a good time.
mm. And judging by like the photos that are like that like the behind the scenes photos that the cast released, you guys seem to have bonded and become like a nice close knit group.
Oh yeah, because like we filmed like for months. Well, first we filmed the pilot, which is like a year before we started filming the rest of the season. And then when we filmed the season, we all became pretty close. I know they became close, especially because they're adults, and me being a teenager. But yeah, but it was just an amazing time, and I really enjoyed like being around them because it was just a fun time on set.
Mm. Um, and did you know beforehand who the killer was?
I don't know if I can't remember if they sent me the script, but I think they only sent me the scripts in which I was in. But they did tell me that I hold the key to them finding out the clue or whatever who Vegas
Mm-hmm.
Sands is.
And you
But I
do.
didn't I didn't I didn't think it was who it was. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
I just didn't think. Yeah, at first I forgot because we filmed that like a while ago before it aired.
Yeah.
Um, and I forgot then when the episode happened and they kept like rewinding or whatever in that scene. I was like, oh, now I remember filming that. Now it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. But I didn't think it was who it was. I had no clue. Um, but they did tell me that I hold
Mm-hmm.
like the last clue. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. So originally, who did you think it was originally before you
I
knew?
thought it was. I didn't. It kept switching. Like at first, I thought it was Lawrence. But then I was like, I don't know if he would do that. And then I was like, maybe it was Catherine. I don't know. Well, when they said that Lawrence had dementia, I was like, oh, so maybe it was Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it wasn't Catherine, I was like, oh, now I don't know who it was. I thought it was just the guy that was working with Erickson, but I don't know. It kept switching. At one point I gave up. I didn't even know. I
You're
gave
like
up.
in the middle of I'm just gonna give up. I'm done.
It was too much.
It was too much. Same here, but I will say I did stay true the whole entire season of thinking it was Anna. I don't know why I was thinking it was Anna, but she's
Oh yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, especially I mean, that makes sense now watching the final episode. I mean, it makes sense why you thought it was her. I mean, I didn't think it was her until maybe, the later episodes. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense now that, from the final episode. It makes sense.
Yeah. Well, especially in like the last episode when like you see her actually kill her mother. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
she's
And I did not
insane.
know that. I didn't even know if she did that. I had no clue. I was like, what? I know who I thought would have killed Catherine, but I didn't think it would have been her own daughter.
Oh no,
That was
me too.
insane.
Like, because when the trailer came out and that scene came up and of her screaming, I thought, oh,
Yeah.
what was that Victor Sands? And no,
Yeah.
no, it was
And then
not.
it was her.
It was,
It was crazy.
and then the way that she killed her was just wow.
Yeah, it was brutal.
It was violent.
It was crazy.
It was
It was
violent.
insane. Yes. Oh,
Although a lot of the show was kind of violent and sexual and everything.
yes. Oh yeah, it was all that, which watching it back, I was like, maybe I didn't read scripts good enough as I thought I did because I was not expecting a lot of the stuff that was in the show, but it turned out great though.
No, I wasn't expecting episode 1.
Yeah,
When it happened, episode 1, I'm like, oh, whoa.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me either. And same for my family. It was a shocking moment to witness.
Because I'm a really big fan of Lauren Pad. Like, she's my idol and everything. And just to see her the way I saw her, I'm like, oh, now
Yes.
things change. And I feel this is illegal. I'm okay. I feel this is
Oh, yeah.
illegal.
It was I don't even know. It was unexpected. Especially in the first episode, it was unexpected.
Yeah.
It was very surprising though.
Yeah. So then going back to the season finale, what are your hopes for season 2? Like, if it comes to season 2, what would you like to see?
My first hope is that, we get to see more of that Derek. That's my first hope. And then I don't know. I would love to see more of, Father Toby, being the way he was, with Trip, on the other side that we didn't get to see of him throughout the entire season. And also who legs were that, were those episodes on ice or whatever. And yeah, and also more deaths, more murders. That's what I want to see.
It's called Death and Other Details. There has to be murders. There has to be. There has to be.
Exactly.
And they ended it perfectly to set up for season 2.
Yes,
They
especially
did.
with, Anna, and it was great. It was a great finale. I wish I was there. I wish I was there. But it was great. It was great. It was great.
So I wanted to get into a little bit about who you are. So what was Death and Other Details your first role, or have you been in other?
No, Death and the Details was my first speaking role. I was in 2 other projects before Death and the Details. That was in I want to say 2019. I was in a music video, then I was in a commercial. Um, and then Death and Other Details happened, and that was my first speaking role. And everyone on set pretty much knew because they asked me, and I said this is my first. So I was very nervous on the first day of filming, especially with the pilot. I was really nervous. And then I was excited. All the nerves went away after take after take after take. So yeah, but this was my first speaking role. Yeah.
And then Mandy Line, who is the dresser kind of that created all the outfits. What was that like to see those?
It was great. And the fittings were it was so funny. I love her. She was hilarious. And she had me in some nice outfits. My favorite outfit, it was one you barely even saw me in. I was wearing like I think it was a white t-shirt and a green jacket. That was my favorite outfit. But no, the fittings were great. Tried on a lot of clothes. Yeah, hopefully, in season two, I'm in some amazing outfits again, like I was this season. So
I mean, Mandy Line is incredible. Like her designs are incredible. She was. I don't know if she if you guys knew or anything, or if she told you, but like she did like the Pretty Little Liars outfits.
oh, really?
Yeah,
I had no clue. Wow.
yeah. I had to look it up, but yeah. And so I was like, I knew her style because those styles look very familiar.
Yeah, and the styles were great on everybody, honestly. It was great. Yeah.
So hopefully season 2 comes and we see more outfits, see more
Yes.
death, see more death.
Hopefully. As brutal as that sounds, but yes. Hopefully. I pray we do.
Oh my gosh. And then also at the end, like you've seen the final episode. What do you think Anna's involvement is with Victor Sams now that she's quote unquote the bad guy now?
I don't know. I feel like she'll probably go undercover. I think she'll try to befriend, Imogen, or maybe even try to form some type of connection with Layla, or even do whatever she's been doing with Eleanor. I don't know. I think she'll just. Well, I think she'll probably just play like an undercover role, like a sneak attack maybe. I don't know, but I think, but they'll write something great for that. I know, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that friendship is kind of done and over with. I feel like that's like.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take a lot of time for that to become what it was before a lot of other stuff unfolded. So yeah.
Although I don't guess. I guess you could tell Lauren this, you could tell Paradise this, but I was hoping that they would have gotten divorced. I was hoping.
I hope I was hoping that too, honestly. Because I think Layla was kind of like waiting because she knew what Anna and what Eleanor did. So I think she was just waiting, for Anna to tell like, hey, I messed up, I did this, I did that, but I think, Layla just had a hard set on what she wanted to do, but I think last minute, she froze and was like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, well,
but she should.
She should. I feel like Layla deserves justice and Layla deserves better.
Yes, she does. She was right the entire time, kind of on certain things.
Yeah. Even though everyone thought she was crazy, but
Yeah, and then listen, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tell your mother I said hello and thank you for
I will.
and thank her for having you set this up because I've been texting messaging her on TikTok a lot about,
oh yeah, she told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So thanks again. if you ever want to come back on, just let me know.
Okay, I will. Thank you. Thanks
And
for having me.
thanks everyone for joining, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's podcast episode. Please like and subscribe, and please make sure you watch Death and Other Details on Hulu. That's it, folks. Bye, guys.
The joke's on you.